Time is more valuable than money. I've realised that, you can earn as much money as you want. It comes and goes, daily, monthly, weekly, whatever. When you're up, you're eventually going to be back down. But time doesn't, that's just gone. And if you are privileged enough to get to old age, then that's one of the best things that can physically happen to you. The biggest thing that people can do is take action, because in a year's time you're going to wish you started today. My name is Aldo Kane. I'm a former Royal Marine Commando, and I now run a company operating in extreme, remote and hostile locations around the world. So when I was very young, I joined the Beavers, which is like Beavers Cub Scouts, like Boy Scouts in America, Boy Scouts of America, but it's all one organisation. And it was joining them at a very young age which gave me a glimpse into the outdoors and how you can not just survive but thrive outdoors. And so my twin and I, before I joined the Marines, we spent years going away camping, hiking, learning how to navigate, how to live off the land. And where I grew up, a lot of people went to work in factories, or they went to work in local leisure centres and things round about where I was, and that just wasn't going to cut it for me. And so I got to the point where I was looking at what jobs I could do and would want to do, and the military seemed to offer this lifestyle of being outside, adventurous, boy's own sort of adventure, and that's what I was in the Scouts for, that's what I was in the Cadets for. By the time it came to joining up, I knew inside out what training was, what was happening in what week, and the only bit that I didn't know was whether my body would be physically strong enough to complete it. The Royal Marines training is hard physically. You get smashed every day, relentlessly for the entire time that you're there. But as a young man, you're fairly robust, you're fairly resilient to that sort of training. If your mindset is good. Of 50 people that start, let's say 10 finish, not all of those 40 that don't make it have physical injuries. The majority of those probably just don't have the minerals to finish the course. And that's because, there's a big lesson there in anything that you do. If the why isn't big enough, then you'll never have the drive, the determination to get out of bed early and finish that thing. When I was in the Marines, I joined Recce, and then I'd done my sniper course. The Royal Marine sniper course is one of the hardest sniper courses in the world to pass. Has lots of different, it's not just about pulling the trigger or sneaking about. There's so many different sections of being a sniper that make you more of an elite soldier, effectively. And so by the time I did that selection, passed that course, I was 20 or 21. So I would have been one of the youngest trained snipers in the Royal Marines at that time. And that was, again, come down to me knowing what I wanted, and instead of waiting 5 or 6 years, until I was ready, I thought, why don't I just go and do it, and if I fail it, at least I'll know what I failed on, and then I can improve on that, and then I can, and then I'll go back and do it again. But I actually passed the first time. I think to become a sniper, you need to, there's two parts of it. There's all the practical parts, which are, fieldcraft basically, and you have to be very good at operating on your own. And then the second part is more your personality and your personality traits. Are you happy and confident operating on your own? You don't need another 30 guys behind you. Do you have the courage in your own convictions about making decisions? What I love about it is the fact that you live by and die by your own sword. It's very easy in a group of people in any walk of life to hide and to blame other people when things go wrong and the shit hits the fan. As a sniper, if you're working in you or your sniper pair, you are effectively responsible for your own life and lots of others, and there's nowhere to hide. And I quite like that stripped bare, this is the nuts and bolts of life, and this is, you know, and it's how I work and operate now. You know, I love the fact that I'm responsible for being successful or unsuccessful. What I took away from it was the soft skills, and they call it the Commando spirit, and that's courage, determination, unselfishness, and cheerfulness in the face of adversity. Now those 4 things, if you can employ them and put them into everything that you do, then anything is possible. I think one of the big things that I think that people are anxious about is fear of the unknown and thinking, is this it? Is this all I've got? Is this what I'm doing with my life? If you're lucky enough to be that introspective and thinking about yourself and your life, because most people are too busy with the minutiae of everyday life that they don't give tomorrow and the next week and the next month a second thought. It's quite deep, this, but effectively, if you're in that position to think about the future, then you're one of the minority, and then if you're able to think about the future and shape it, then you're in the top 1, 2, 3% of people on earth. And that is quite a powerful place to be. In the book I talk about acres of diamonds, and it's an old fable about a farmer who's looking to find diamonds. He's got a stretch of land and he's essentially thinks he's exhausted it, sells it, moves on. And the next guy who comes in, digs and just spends hard work, hard graft, and he finds this rich seam of diamonds in his own backyard. And that's essentially what that's about, is that, we often look, as a human race, we're looking at what's next and, adventurous spirit and let's go outside, let's go here, let's go there. And we're looking and chasing this thing which is never there. And essentially what it means is, like, for me, was look at what you've got, look at what you're good at, and how can you turn that into service to then help other people. Like I said earlier, if the why isn't big enough, strong enough, then you'll never get out of bed in the morning, you'll never get up when things are hard. But with courage, determination, unselfishness, cheerfulness in the face of adversity, which is like the Commando spirit, you can almost achieve anything, anything.
If you enjoyed the project, guys, none of this is possible without your support at MulliganBrothers.com, and using that join button down below, you can buy the t-shirts that help support these projects. We take our film crew with us all the way around the world to find the best and inspirational teachers, stories, and without you, it's just not possible. So thank you so much to everybody who's done that so far. And if you are doing that, please hit us up on Instagram and let us know. Say hello at Jordan Mulligan Brother. I will get back to you, and all the support is appreciated. Have a blessed and productive day. The whole team just wants to say thank you, and yeah, go inspire some change, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.